So let me ask you something. What if all the animals around us could suddenly talk? What would happen then? I mean, right now, dogs whine and bark, cats meow, birds tweet. It's all music to our ears. Or maybe it's just noise. But what if it was more? What if their cries were actually meaningful sentences? For example, when your dog wags its tail and barks, it might not just be happy to see you. Maybe it has some juicy news to share. Or when you walk into a room and a cat hisses, maybe it's not just being a cat. Maybe it's telling you to get out because it doesn't trust you. This idea turns the world upside down. You know, instead of us watching them, they might be observing us too, listening to our every word. They might even be commenting on our actions in ways we never realized. It's a scary thought, isn't it? But also exciting. Now imagine this. You're strolling through the park, and you overhear two robins discussing the tastiest worms they found that day. A squirrel chats about the best nut stash spots with a friend. A group of pigeons debate the merits of different types of breadcrumbs. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? Yet strangely intriguing. But here's the real kicker. These aren't just birds talking about their daily routines. They're sharing their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. They have opinions about everything, including us humans and our actions. So here's a big question for you. Would you want to live in a world where animals can talk? What would that look like? Let's dive in. Okay, so picture this. One day you wake up and boom, animals can suddenly talk. It's like a scene from a movie, right? But in real life, there'd be a lot of confusion. Birds tweeting in trees wouldn't just sound pretty. They'd be having full-on conversations. Dogs barking at the mailman wouldn't just seem territorial. They'd be debating politics. And cats meowing for dinner wouldn't just sound cute. They'd be demanding organic kibble. First off, everyone would be scratching their heads wondering, did we always understand them and just not realize it? Or is this a brand new thing? It'd be total chaos. We'd need a whole new set of rules, laws, and manners. Like, do we shake paws with dogs? Do we meow back to cats? Do we bow to horses? It'd be an adventure, that's for sure. And then there's the big question, do we take care of animals because we like them or just because we're stronger? What if one day they could talk and tell us exactly what they think of our way of living? Now, that's something worth thinking about. Next, think about all the things animals could tell us. You know, the secrets they've been hiding for years. They've seen all sorts of things, haven't they? They could tell us stories about our own history, about other places, about all sorts of things we never knew before. It'd be like having a secret key to a whole new world. Plus, they might even help solve mysteries. You know, those cases where only animals can provide clues. With talking animals, there wouldn't be any cold cases anymore. But don't forget, animals have their own ideas and dreams. And when they can talk, they won't hold back. In fact, they'll have a lot to say. So if animals could suddenly talk, it'd be like a bomb exploding. Everything we know would change. We'd have to start over and figure out how to live with animals all over again. It'd be confusing, yes, but also very exciting. Just imagine how much we could learn and the adventures we could have. Hey, how about you? What do you think would happen if animals could suddenly talk? Share your thoughts below. We're all ears. So let us think about a day in the life of a person who woke up in a world where animals suddenly started talking. First off, breakfast would be interesting. No more cereal, milk and toast for some people. If animals can talk, most folks won't eat meat anymore. They just wouldn't feel right about it. Plus, chickens would be protesting and pigs would be philosophical. But hey, some people would still eat meat. They'd argue that animals are just food. But even then, they'd have to deal with talking animals telling them how wrong they are. It'd be tough. Then there's the legal stuff. Animal rights activists would go wild. all those protests and debates about animals would become way more intense. Some folks might even argue that animals should have the same rights as humans. Laws would need to change, and not just for pets, but farm animals and zoo animals, too. Zoos would turn into, well, something else. Maybe animal hotels. And all those animal testing labs would shut down immediately. There'd be riots and protests. Basically, a whole new world order for animals. In a world where animals can talk, there's no escaping their opinions. They'd be everywhere, literally. Even if you tried to hide from them, they'd find you. As for your own pets, things would be super weird there, too. Your dog would go from being a pet to becoming a talking companion. Think about it. Suddenly your furry friend becomes a family member who can chat, tell jokes, complain about the weather, anything. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You know, your pet might not be as sweet and innocent as you thought. It'd be like moving in with a relative. Awkward moments guaranteed. Plus, they'd probably correct you when you mispronounce things. Imagine the embarrassment. Honestly, if animals could talk, the world would be a whole lot different. It'd be full of surprises, challenges, and lots of learning. We'd have to adapt quickly or get left behind. It's not just us humans who'd be changing. Animals, especially pets, would change, too. Their role in our lives would be totally different. Instead of us taking care of them, it'd be a partnership. Like we'd have to consider their needs and feelings. It'd be a challenge, but also a good thing. It'd be like adding another person to the family, except this person would have fur, feathers, or scales. Think about it. If animals can talk, we'd have to learn a ton of new things. Not only would we need to listen and learn their languages, we'd also have to understand their cultures and customs. Every species would have its own way of communicating, and we'd have to respect that. Imagine having to study a bunch of new languages just to talk to animals. It'd be like going to school all over again. You know, in a world where animals can talk, life would be pretty chaotic. But that chaos could lead to some good things, too. Like we might become better storytellers, more creative, and even smarter. After all, talking to animals would open up a whole new world of knowledge and understanding. So what if animals could talk? It'd be messy, sure, but also amazing. We'd learn tons and see the world in a whole new light. It's a crazy thought, but maybe not as far-fetched as you might think. Who knows? Maybe someday it'll become a reality. If you made it this far, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to stay tuned Hanum Cartoon channel for more mind-bending videos. Until next time, keep thinking and let your imagination run wild.